But what is the reason for the cold of the Mongol? Let's find out. In the Mongolian War, the 6th century carbon dioxide, a 10-year-old non-prite organ, a 10-year-old non-prite nitrogen, and a very small oxygen, carbon monoxide, which is also made in the water. And if you do this to the surface of the water, then the surface of the water is 8-year-old nitrogen, and a 21-year-old oxygen, and a 21-year-old gas. That is, the water in both the water is very deep inside. And because carbon dioxide is a very large amount of gas in the water, which is a greenhouse gas, and the water in the water is heated and it helps it to heat. So, in this way, the water should be heated, but the water in the water is very thin in the water. In the water of the water of the water in both the water and the water is more than 100 times the heat that does not stop the heat inside, so this is why it is so cold, and even the distance from the sun is more than the water of the water. So, this is a warm Mongolian water, a cold region. And because of the water, the low pressure of the water is not allowed to stay in the water of the water. Therefore, here, the water of the water is very less than the water. The water in the water is only left in the water of the water, and the water in the water is also left in the water of the water. And the water in the water is also left in the water of the water, which is also left in the water of the water, which is also left in the water of the water. Today, the water in the water is also very thick. But, it will come to a boil at once, and it will get a little bit of fire. And the heat of the Mongolian water is also left in the top of the tree, and it is also available for the sake of a river and our future. The water in the water of the water is very large and also the life of our life. That is, the water in the water of the water of the water and the water in the water of the water can increase. But it may take a lot of time. In this way, we should understand so much that we can save the water of the water. So that our water is not getting water today. But now, the question comes to a question that the water in the water is formed. But what about the oxygen? The oxygen in the water is very less than the oxygen in the water. And there is a lot of carbon dioxide in the water, which is also very important. In this way, the water in the water of the water of the water is very difficult to take. It may not be possible for us to take it. But we can tell you that to take the water in such a way, we must take our own oxygen and walk along. For us, the good news and the importance of the ocean is that the NASA has started producing oxygen with the help of a sea of sea. It means that there will be a lot of conditions in the future. But if you think that today is a good day, the world is so far away from the world. The world is so far away from the world. So you must know that we have not started knowing the sea of the water today. But we have seen the sea of the water in the water before. And the first thing we have seen is the sea of the water. It was the Galileo, which was first seen in the 1910s. Yes, this is the point that today, the sea of the water and the sea of the water is more known about the ocean of the ocean. Thank you for your science and science. Thanks to this, you can also tell us how much you have lost on your planet. The total is 30 to 50 degrees. That's right. Thank you. And do you know that the total of 25 to 25 degrees of the sea of the water is 2 degrees? And because the total of both the sea of the water is not too high. That's why the sea of the water is also known as sea of the water. That is, spring, summer, autumn or winter. It can also be taken from 4 seasons. It's good, but remember that the sea of the water is a sea of the water. So the sea of the water will be different. So every sea of the water is 2 degrees. Because the sea of the water is 1 year and the sea of the water is 2 degrees. And the longest season of the spring is the day of 1.144. And the smallest season of autumn is the day of 1.102 days. The season is also full of water and water. And you will know that the water is not yet filled with water. The highest mountain in the solar system is the highest solar system. The name of the water is Olympus Mons, and this is a Christmas tree. Its name is Mount Everest.